And welcome to OnTheMat TV. Today we're at Gracie Barra Horwich and we're joined by...
Michael, but everybody calls me Macca.
Happy days. So just tell us how old you are and what belt you are.
I am 35 and I'm a white belt on my third stripe currently.
And how long have you been practicing Jiu-Jitsu?
5 months now. I started in March. So yeah, about 5 months.
Happy days. And what would you say led you into getting into the sport? What were the circumstances? What introduced you to the sport?
Well, I played football all my life and I'd done various things like the gym and bits and bats, and I'd had a few injuries and I just fancied trying something new. I listened to a few podcasts, I watched a bit of the UFC and stuff like that, so a lot of people were saying how beneficial Jiu-Jitsu is. I do a bit of gym work and it seemed to go quite, hand in hand with it. I put it off for a long time. I was looking into it for about 6 months and came up with every excuse you can think of about why I can't join and why I can't come. And then, a few weird circumstances led me to coming in, and that was it. Yeah, I walked through the door and the rest is history, I guess.
I can sort of level with you on that because I've been since my lad started and we decided to start this channel promoting the sport and trying to inspire people to join. I've been making all sorts of excuses myself, but I've recently just ordered the gi and I think there's no going back now because I'm like, oh, me back, me leg, I'm too old, I've got kids, I've got life gets in the way, and I think we can all find time for a couple of hours a week, to get off our backside and come and be involved in something like that. And I think for people who are struggling mentally, physically with the weight, just not really getting any benefit from the friend circle that they're in at the current time, they come down to a place like this and they're met with guys like yourself who started from the very beginning, and the respect, and the sportsmanship, I think really is infectious, So what would you say it's done for you on and off the mat?
It's hard to say just one thing. It's done a bit of everything, to be honest. I wasn't in a fantastic place when I started. I've always been quite a confident person, I guess, but yeah, it's opened up a lot for me. Walking through that door the very first time, I'll never forget. I was in such a huff when I came here. I'd been stuck in traffic for about an hour, walked through the door, huffing and puffing, coming through the gym, shouting at everybody, why is it taking an hour to get here? But then I walked in that changing room and every single person stood there, shook my hand, introduced themselves, told me how long they'd been here, told me about their stories. We came on the mat and after 5 minutes, it just changed. Everything changed. The stress just left me, and it's been like that ever since, to be honest.
Well, I think that's where it's unique compared to quite a lot of other sports, because the level of ego is left at the door, really, because, you could be rolling with people who are a lot less experienced than you, or you could be rolling with people at levels above. Yeah. And in this sport, there are clear levels, and they do show. And I think it's just absolutely brilliant to come into a place like this. And it's
nicer people, mate, honestly. I've coming from a background of football, it's always a bit of rough and tumble and stuff like that, but like I said, I can't stress enough, the second I walked in, I think you have some misconceptions before you come in about what it's going to be like. You think people might throw the weight around, you think people might get a bit aggressive. It's the absolute opposite. Honestly, everybody has been so supportive through the whole thing. I can't think of one person here who's showed any kind of aggression. I think aggression's linked with sports like this and it's the complete opposite. You taught discipline, and it's nothing like what you think it's going to be.
And that's the thing, isn't it? And that's the purpose of this channel, is to sort of educate, people from all walks of life, and parents and other children, and to just say, it's just a fantastic sport to get him involved in. So based on that, what advice would you give to someone who's potentially like in a position that you was in, or just sitting on the sidelines and thinking about it? What advice would you give to that person?
Walk through the door. It's as simple as that. It took me probably, after I first rang it took me about 2 or 3 weeks to actually come down. I made a few excuses why I couldn't come. I did actually hurt my ankle, but I could have come, to be fair. But just pick up the phone, ring your local gym, turn up. Most places have a free class as an introductory class, and that's all you need to do. Even if you come and have a little look, meet the people here, have a chat with people, and you'll be turned straight away. I can guarantee it.
Absolutely fantastic. So, what's your favourite submission?
Americano. It's one of the only ones I can do.
That's quite a popular one today. What role models or what sports personalities would you say that you look up to or you follow?
Connected to this sport or just in general?
Well, yeah, in terms of combat sports.
Again, I mean, my favourite UFC guy is Alexander Volkanovski, just for his absolute, I think he's all around, his pace, his ethics, his fitness, his style, everything like that. And then I guess from the Jiu-Jitsu world, I guess the obvious one's Gordon Ryan into, but I follow a lot of the B team stuff a lot at the moment, because I think it's bringing a bit of humour and a bit of fun to the sport as well, which I think it really needs if the masses are going to get into it. So I'd probably say the B team guys at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's the same with quite a lot of sports over the years. They've tried to market it in a different light, and I think that's the way Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu's going now. You've got all these larger than life characters coming into the sport and making it more marketable.
I think if you are gonna get into a martial art or a sport, I'm probably biased, but I couldn't think of a better one than Jiu-Jitsu though. There's not a lot of head striking, there's not a lot of kicking. I can't think of a body type or a size or a sex or anything that couldn't do Jiu-Jitsu. Do you know what I mean? There's people of all walks of life, all shapes and sizes. I've been tapped by a 16-year-old probably half my size. Do you know what I mean? So there's nobody who can't come in and do it.
So have you competed in competitions yet?
I've not, no. I personally am a little bit unsure on competitions. This is my happy place at the moment, and I don't know. I would advise everybody else to compete, but just where I'm at the moment, I love what I'm doing. And I think it might just throw a bit of anxiety on for me. But no, I think everybody else here is competing though, and I would definitely recommend it though.
Well, I think that's what it is. I think everyone moves at their own pace, and I think when you build that confidence and you take that plunge to get in there and and have that experience of,
I think you can just get down to your club and train. I think that's the absolute. I wouldn't come in thinking, right, I've got to do this and I've got to compete. Come in and meet the guys, make some friends. The amount of people who've come in here who might not have a massive group of friends. Got 20 people on the mat tonight now. Yeah. We all went out for a meal this weekend, 20 of us. So what other sport can you really do that in?
No, totally. I think, and I think when you've got these young lads coming through, I mean, I'm 37 now. I don't know if I'll ever get to the point where I'm competing. But who knows?
I've only just started at 35, so I'm not. It's the sport that I'm enjoying. Because don't get me wrong, I'll be going to the competition and I'll be supporting the guys, and people can do that as well. You don't have to come up and compete. Come support your team. It's a day out for it at the end of the day, isn't it? We're all probably going to go down in a minibus. Be a great day.
Just on a final note, what would you say to somebody? Just get started.
Just get started. Yeah, like I said, is go on the internet, find your local club. There's clubs all over the place. Find your local club, ring up, book a session in. Just book a session in. Ring up whoever the professor is there. Says I spoke to Professor Ian over there. Couldn't have been nicer, more welcoming, sat me down, went through everything with me, give me a gi to practice with and everything. So just get to your club, get to your local club, do the taste today, and I guarantee you'll be hooked. I came in thinking I'll do 2 classes a week, and that's a push. I'm on 5 at the moment, and I wish I could do more. Yeah. Honestly, I wish I could.
Fantastic. Well, do you know what? Thank you very much for speaking to us today, and we look forward to bumping into you again, whether it's here or whether you've took that plunge and you've got on the mats at a competition somewhere. But yeah, fantastic. Thank you, and we wish you all the luck.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Cheers.